Welcome to another edition of Inside Out. I'm David Phillips.
And I'm Joshua Strong.
On this edition of Inside Out, we'll have a new original play coming soon to Minot State. Also look at student life here on the Minot State campus. Of course, Hannah Davis with weather and Taylor Rossari with sports.
Yeah, and if you joined us last week, you'll remember we had Lisa Dooley on the show. You actually interviewed her about the upcoming Red Run event, and Shalom Bear is actually going to join us with more information on that.
Yes. The No Excuse for Abuse Red Run is in the Dome tonight at 7. Relay racers will run in red high heels to raise awareness of gender violence and sexual assault. A team of administrators and staff are raising non-perishable foods and toiletries for the Domestic Violence Crisis Center. Donations can be brought to the Title IX office in Memorial Hall or to Kevin Harmon, Dan Kahn, Beth O'Dallin, or Coach Mike Aldrich. There will be games, activities, food, raffles, and drawings at the event. Self-defense can be a vital tool for college students. Taylor Rossari has more.
Leave me alone! Set your head right! Go!
This is a scenario encountered by students of the Turtle Mountain Impact Self-Defense course. The class is a 3-hour introduction level course geared toward young women. Minot State is the first university where the course has been offered.
Go! No!
Lead instructor Sarah Davis uses personal reasons as motivation to teach the course to college students.
I have a 19-year-old and she's going away to college, so I know there's going to be parties, I know there's going to be, drinking, and as a parent, I just want to make sure that my daughter has the skills she needs to be out into the world.
There were many first-time students to the class that took away valuable lessons, especially the importance of voice.
I do work nights, so when I do leave, I feel like I'll be more, I am aware already, but now I know what I can do. I can protect myself and I can take myself away from that situation, but maybe I don't have to use self-defense exactly, but I can use my voice.
Turtle Mountain Empowerment and Self-Defense has a goal of giving young women confidence. This is not only in the physical aspect, but also their voice.
I don't know you, I'm not going with you!
For KMSU TV, I'm Taylor Rossari.
For more information, visit the Turtle Mountain and Empowerment Defense page on Facebook. My favorite part of this video was definitely the giant football helmet with all the foam on it.
I think I'd rather be giving than receiving, even behind that helmet myself.
Yeah, they seem to be pretty well padded and protected though, so it wasn't too bad.
Definitely.
Yeah, definitely an important lesson to learn, though, is self-defense. But switching gears over to weather, I heard that this weekend's actually going to pack a real punch. Hannah Davis is joining us with more information on that.
Yes, Josh, it's going to be very windy this weekend, and I think that packs a punch in and of itself, being as windy as it will be, especially right now. Across the entire state of North Dakota, I'll show you, well, actually you can't see it on this map. You only see the temperatures on this map, but I'll let you know, the wind for all of us here in North Dakota is between 10 and 15 miles per hour, gusting up to 20 miles per hour in some areas too, so it is very windy and breezy out right now. But on the good side, the temperatures are wonderful, especially for western and central North Dakota. We are seeing some above average temperatures for this April time of year, which is absolutely wonderful to see. And we actually have some partly cloudy to sunny skies, especially here in Minot. When I last looked at it, it was pretty sunny looking. So beautiful spring weather, wonderful to go fly a kite. It's even kind of warm out, even with the wind. It's not feeling too bad. I can't say as much for our friends off to the east. Unfortunately, they've been getting the short end of the stick for a few weeks now. I feel like every time I'm in here, I'm like, oh, our friends in the east, they're getting the worst weather, but they really are. It's windy, it's around closer to 20 miles per hour on this side of the state, and it's colder and cloudier, so just really a bummer. They're getting just rocked over there in the east. And I have to say that our team, our men's golfing team, won't have much better luck. They are heading to Kansas City, Missouri for the NSIC preview, and it looks beautiful. If it were just the temperatures, it would look like our team would be melting in that weather. But unfortunately, on Saturday, there is a good chance of rain. It's around 50% chance of precipitation right now. So hopefully, whatever weather movement that is will move out of the system before our men can get that team play going and they can have a good game. And then here is our 7-day forecast for right here in Minot. Mostly right around average. The average for April is around 55 miles per hour, but it is going to be beautiful. Let me just say though, you're going to want to look out for Saturday. We do have a chance of rain, and on Monday, the wind is supposed to stay. This isn't gusts. The wind is supposed to be around 20 miles per hour. So, David, if you're planning on flying a kite, Monday's the day to do it, and if you're planning on planting, you should probably do it before Saturday so you can get those crops, get them some rain.
Well, Hannah, if you've ever known how many times somebody's told me to go fly a kite, it's been quite a few times. Well, you know, for more than 2,500 years, acting in plays have been such a noble and fun profession, as I'll entertain audiences both young and old. And with me, I have Katie Allers here to fill us in on the latest play to be presented on the Minot State campus. Katie, pleasure to have you back on the program. So, Honeymoon in Minot. I know I gave it away a little bit. Tell us about the play coming up.
Well, Honeymoon in Minot was actually written by Minot State alumni, Dan Fagan. He recently graduated, and it is an original play. I am actually in it, so I'm really excited to be part of the world premiere with it. Can you give us a little background about the play without giving out, of course, the total play? Well, it's about two newlyweds who are on their way to Miami for their honeymoon, and their plane gets diverted. There's lots of twists and turns in it, and so I don't want to give away too much, but it's based somewhat here in Minot too. So. And the main thing is, we're not planning on honeymooning in Minot, but trying to make the best out of a bad or just different situation. Right. Interesting, because of course there's so many different landmarks in Minot. Well, we know a little bit about the play. Let's find out a little bit about yourself. How long have you been acting in plays here in the Minot area? Oh, geez, I just actually started when my kids started. My kids were in a show, and of course they were little, so I wasn't going to just leave them there. So I stayed, and then people started getting me involved doing hair and makeup and costumes and stuff. And then I was asked to read an adult part in one of the kids' plays, so I did that, and here I am. What's one of the most challenging things about being an actor? Well, as I get older, probably learning the lines and memorizing the lines and remembering. It seemed a lot easier when I was younger. Now, you've been in several productions just recently. What was the most recent production you were in? I was in Musical Comedy Murders of 1940 with the Mouse River Players. Now, this production is not a Mouse River Player production. This is Minot State University production, directed by Dr. Eiley Davidson-Smith. And of course, we're taking a class together in directing, which has been a very fun class to take, and more challenging than I thought it was going to be when we first signed up for the class. So it's fun to kind of see how not only the acting aspect is, but the directing aspect, a lot more difficult, I think, than people sometimes realize. Right, there's a lot more to putting on a show than just getting up and saying lines. There's so much behind the scenes and so much preparation too that it's a lot different than people actually think. Going back to Honeymoon in Minot, what is your favorite part about the play without, again, giving up too much information? Well, I'd have to say my part. Okay. And your part is? I play a grandma. Okay. So I don't want to give too much away, but I'm a fun grandma, cool grandma. So. Cool grandmas are always fun, more than those crabby grandmas. Right. Once again, Honeymoon in Minot, and I say original production, like you said, from a Minot State alumni, so this is one that's very important. Of course, if you're a college student with a Minot State ID card, you get in free. Other than that, what's the cost? Well, faculty and staff and students are all free. And then it's $10 at the door. There's no reservations being taken, it's just $10. Okay, and the play again is at what time? It's at 7:30, April 11th, 12th, 13th at 7:30 at Alshire Theater in Hartnett Hall. And we look forward to seeing everybody attend a Honeymoon in Minot. Katie, it's great to have you on the program, and we appreciate it very much. And stay tuned, we'll have more Inside Out after this.
Thank you to all of our underwriters.
All-American Trophies for all your screen printing and embroidery needs.
ArtMade, offering custom frames, art supplies, and jewelry.
Buffalo Wings and Rings, a sports restaurant experience located in South Minot.
Badlands Bar and Grill, located on 31st Avenue in Minot. Fiance, with all your prom and bridal needs, located in downtown Minot.
KCJB 910 AM, Minot's news and information station.
Buffalo Wild Wings. Wings, beer, sports. KIZZ FM Z94, playing today's hit music. Mix 99.9, Minot's Music Mix. Happy Joe's Pizza and Ice Cream, serving the Midwest since 1972. KRRZ, 1390 AM, Minot's Classic Hits. KZPR 105.3 FM, Minot's Rock Station. Jacobson Music, bringing music to the Northern Plains since 1980. Qdoba, easy, on time, full of flavor. MSU Beavers Hockey, online info at msubeavers.com. Forward Communication, connecting professionals in the Midwest. MSU Theater Department, year-round entertainment. The Red and Green, MSU student-run newspaper. MSU Bookstore, for all your campus needs. Spicy Pie, pizza, grinders, beer. Magic City Hoagies, locally owned sandwich shop located in Southwest Minot. Taco John's, offering fresh tacos, burritos, nachos, and breakfast. Thrivent Financial, connecting faith and finances. PMQ Entertainment, performing at weddings, proms, and dances. The Pursuit, creating a place in Minot where everyone is welcome. Mouse River Players, community theater since 1971. H-Bar-B Construction, for all your oil field needs. Bearscat Donuts, located on Broadway across from Minot State campus.
And welcome back. David, it's spring season. What's the first thing that comes to mind when you think of spring cleaning?
I'm going to say brooms.
Well, speaking of brooms, Minot State softball actually swept in their last game against Moorhead. Taylor Rosario joins us with more info. We're just going to brush things over to her.
You guys always have the funniest puns, but yes, I will fill you guys in a little bit about that right now. Minot State softball collected their first NSIC sweep of the season yesterday against Minnesota State Moorhead. The Beavers took down the Dragons 5-1 in the first game. Leading the Beavers on offense was Carly Coughlin with 3 hits and 4 at-bats. The winning pitcher for Game 1 was senior Laura Mendez, and Game 2 ended in a nail-biter as the Beavers snuck past the Dragons with a score of 5-4. Senior Lauren Cowden led the team with 2 hits and 3 at-bats, and freshman Jordan Staples grabbed her first collegiate win in the circle. The Beavers will be on the road Friday and Saturday as they take on Minnesota Duluth and St. Cloud State. Game times can be found on the athletic website. Minot State women's soccer welcomed a new face to the program this week. Chris Clements will be taking the reins as the new head coach for the 2019 season. Clements came from Hastings College, where he coached for 5 seasons, and under Clements, the Broncos had 5 straight national tournament appearances and boasted an 81-17 record. Clements also led the team to 4 conference championships and 2 tournament titles. Clements says he is eager to coach MSU during such an exciting time in the program. Clements was not the only new face welcomed to Minot State Athletics this week, as Jermaine Roll was named the new Associate Director for Compliance and Student Life. Roll's responsibilities will be in charge of all aspects of NCAA Division II and NSIC rules and regulations. Rolls will also work closely with the Minot State Student Athlete Advisory Committee, and he thanks Athletic Director Andy Carter for granting him the opportunity by saying, "There are great individuals working to provide a transformative experience for Minot State student athletes, and I am humbled to be joining that group." Wednesday was a record-breaking day for the MSU baseball team. The Beavers got the sweep against the NSIC opponent, the Upper Iowa Peacocks. Game 1 went to the Beavers with a score of 7-4. Trayvon Smith led the team at the plate with 2 hits and 4 at-bats and scored 2 runs. Game 2 also went to the Beavers with a score of 6-4, and the win extended Minot State's win streak to 7. Trayvon Smith tied the Division II stolen base record in a single game with 4, while Michael Borst set the new D2 record for a career of total bases at 305. Pitcher Jack Gamba also set a D2 record in saves yesterday with his 7th in Game 2 against the Peacocks. Minot State will welcome the defending national champions, the Augustana Vikings, this weekend to the Magic City. The teams will play a 4-game series with 3 of the 4 counting as NSIC contests, and Game 1 is at 1:30 p.m. on Saturday. So Josh, I know that you've been out at the baseball diamond, you've been taking a lot of pictures for the team. How has it been kind of getting to see them compete?
Honestly, really cool, because before taking sports photography for them, I really didn't know much about baseball or the softball team as well, and they've been so welcoming for my presence there, and then just watching them be so successful this year, it's been really an amazing experience. And of course, Corbett Field is an awesome atmosphere to be around. So
great facility there to see. And not only baseball, but we are also right now halfway through Minot State University spring football program, and right now Kyler Sharp has all the details.
Down. They look to finish the spring season strong. Joining me now, offensive lineman Troy Cowell. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
All right, Troy. I really want to know, what have you thought about the first 8 practices?
I think we've been good. We've really developed a lot. You know, we're really young, and a lot of young guys have come into roles on the defense, especially, and even on the offense. You know, we're starting to see Brett from Minot take a role in running, and we have a really good wide receiver core who's young, and Spencer Gorman's probably the most physical guy on the wide receiver core in my mind, and he's really young.
Now, I know the Beavers have been battling a few injuries this spring. I know the receivers went down to 2. Now the running backs, seems like we have 1. So what do you think the biggest thing the Beavers are going to do going forward with battling injuries?
I think it's just taking care of our bodies, icing. A lot of guys take ice baths. I'm a big fan of the heat my knee or my back, whatever it is, and just seeing Miss Jody, she does a great job of taking care of us and seeing her constantly.
All right, what do you think the biggest improvement the offensive line has made this spring?
I think we've come together a lot more. We're more physical. We're faster. Definitely got quicker with our new strength coach in here, and I think that's going to help us in the long run. We'll be quicker and we'll be more dominant on the line.
Now, the quarterback position is being battled for right now. What's it like having 4 different quarterbacks back there running the show?
It's just a little different. Like all you guys have obviously different traits. Some guys are quicker, some guys are not as quick, some guys throw the ball more, some like to pull the ball, and it's just kind of learning who is in there and like what they're thinking about doing.
All right. Last couple questions. What do you look forward to in the spring game? Because I know that's coming up on Friday next week. So what do you think the biggest change that needs to be made that night?
I don't think there's a big change. I think it's just us, finally getting to Glad full. We've done a few scrimmages here and there, but nothing really live, and I think live will bring the best out of our team.
Do you guys have a live scrimmage this weekend?
Yeah, I believe we're going live Saturday, like 10 a.m. in the bubble. So, yeah.
All right, thanks for being on today, Troy.
Thank you for having me.
All right, that's Troy Cowell, offensive tackle for the Minot State Beavers. If you want to see Troy Cowell live in action, come to the Herb Parker Stadium Friday night actually, next week at 7, right?
Yep.
All right, 7. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Kyler, and best of luck to the football team out there. Spring ball should be pretty exciting. Coming up after this break, I will be speaking with Peyton Bland, the newest MSU Life Director.
Thank you to all of our underwriters.
All-American Trophies for all your screen printing and embroidery needs.
And welcome back, everyone. Joining me is Peyton Bland, one of the newest MSU Life Directors of Entertainment. Congratulations on your new position.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's been an honor to be working with you on the MSU Life Committee. And first I want to ask, what is your favorite part about being on the committee and helping plan like student activities?
You know, so I joined MSU Life right when I got here. I was like, oh, let's just jump in and start something new. So took on like just the role of being in the committee, and then I decided to run for the director position, and I absolutely love it. I love being able to just bring a smile to people's faces and do whatever I can do to bring that joy to people. So.
And with the new position of like director of entertainment, you kind of have more of like a say, especially you guys just got back from NACA.
Yeah.
How was that experience and like getting to choose what entertainment's coming next year?
So NACA, basically, there's a lot of times where you get to look at showcases and we get to pick who we want to come to the school or whatever, but there's a lot more that we got to learn as directors, how each of us have different strengths and weaknesses, and we want to bring those out. But more to really highlight our team and do whatever we can do to like enlighten our own audience. So
what would you say is the biggest lesson or item that you took back from NACA?
That's a great question. I personally wanted to focus more on diversity on the campus, so we got these educational sessions that we were allowed to go to, and I went to a lot of those, and just to see different ways that I could bring that back, and just the directors too. So that was my biggest one.
And one of the biggest objectives of NACA is picking what entertainment comes next year. Is there any way I could pull a teaser from you for what's to come?
Let's just say there's some stuff that blew my mind, so I know that it'll like blow other people's minds as well.
And speaking of the concept of like MSU Life and like the bringing together students, how would you say MSU Life Committee has affected you and your transition to Minot State?
Oh gosh, honestly, I don't think I'd be here if it wasn't for that. Erin Hughes is one of our advisors, and she absolutely is ready to give a helping hand to anyone, and that's what she tries to portray to the entire committee, and that's what we're all trying to learn as well. So I love it.
Of course. And what are your goals with the new position? What are your goals moving into the next semester? Like, what do you want to see more out of student activities?
I would love to see more. We've been trying to figure out ways of engagements at certain events, like whether it's with sports, whether it's like the music department. We just want to bring that like unity sense back. So whatever, we're gonna like go to limits to figure that out. So yeah.
Of course. And then, so what upcoming events can we look forward to moving towards the end of April and beginning of May?
I think just our biggest one is always bingo, but this time it's going to be a summertime bingo, and we're going to have a bonfire, and it's just going to be like marshmallows. There'll be like 50 free lawn chairs, first people that get there, and we're going to try to make it as best as we can. So.
Of course. Well, thank you for coming on the show. Again,
yes, thank you.
On your new position.
We're always so thankful for your help as well. You're definitely a highlight on the committee as well.
Well, thank you so much. Shalom Bear is joining us. Speaking of campus events, Shalom is bringing us a special story about a musician from the music department.
Music is a journey, one that Nikisa Gentry hopes doesn't end.
Learning to play the violin, that has had a huge impact, and it is honestly an amazing thing because I don't think anything else I've ever done has combined so much the emotional aspect and like the mental and physical aspects of learning to play. So coming up with this is what I want it to sound like, and then creating a template basically for how I'm going to do that. The piece that I chose is the Adagio, the very first movement of the very first sonata, and I just love how emotional it is. It's tragic and it's technical, and it's the first movement of 4 that honestly it's my favorite sonata because I feel like all 4 of those movements are connected together and they tell one longer story.
Gentry hopes to attend graduate school next year to further her knowledge of music. And that was actually brought to us by Jaron Humston and Devin Shumway. They did the videography for that, so that was a really nice video of the name slips me, in Old Main, in Nicole Nelson Hall. Yes.
And what's amazing about that is just how good and talented she is, and a student here right on Minot State campus. I know I cannot play an instrument to save my life, so anytime I see somebody playing an instrument like that, it just is really amazing.
Yeah, beautiful instrument and beautiful videography skills that just combine for such an amazing piece right there. Just awesome. And
once again, it's always a good time for us to talk about when we do the videography around here, when we talk about the news, weather, sports, that we produce those here. We get together, we have a plan, we have a staff meeting, we figure out how much time we're going to have for interviews and for sports and weather, plan it all out and do a lot of behind the scenes work. Let's just say it takes many hours more than it looks to put together basically a 30-minute program each and every week. And I know you've been working behind the scenes and doing a lot more videography yourself to bring some packages to the show as well too.
Yeah, lots to look forward to. In fact, the Red Run tonight, I'll be there recording a package for video 1, so that'll be awesome to capture that, and hopefully that'll feature on the show either next week or the following. Lots of things going on campus, and it's been an honor and a privilege to be able to capture that, not only through the news like here in the studio, but also with the camera work, and we have our radio station as well, and just getting the word out there for. And our video game tournament is April 28th.
That's going to be a fun event. I mean, that's the first time I think it's ever been held on the Minot State campus, and I look for it to be great the first time, and another one of those events that could probably continue to grow and grow throughout the years. So if you're a video gamer, watch out for that as well too. And we have a little bit more time. Going back to Shalom, talking about your experiences here. How are you enjoying doing a newscast each and every time?
It's been really fun. I didn't necessarily, expect to be on camera. I'm in more of like the news writing concentration, but I've actually come to enjoy it a lot, so it's been a good time. It's been a really good, different experience than what I expected.
Well, I think we're all enjoying our broadcast here on the show. And with that, we want to remind everyone tomorrow night on KMSU Midco Channel 19, our very own COM 328, another play-by-play class will be broadcasting the Minot Minotaurs audio broadcast. It'll go live tomorrow at 8 p.m., so another chance for you to enjoy more productions right here from Minot State University students. And with that, we're going to wrap up another edition of Inside Out. We'll see you all again next week.